without leaving happier. Silent attraction is not about making noise, it's about presence, and compassion offered sincerely and quietly is one of the most powerful forms of presence you can embody. As you cultivate compassion in your daily life, you'll discover that it not only enhances your relationships but also enriches your own sense of purpose and fulfillment. By embodying this essential quality, you create a ripple effect that inspires others to embrace empathy and kindness, fostering a more compassionate world for everyone. Habit 8. The joy of laughter. Few qualities are as universally appealing as the ability to radiate genuine joy and share laughter effortlessly. Laughter serves as a powerful connector, breaking down barriers and making even the most serious situations feel lighter. As Victor Borge, the famed comedian and pianist, once said, laughter is the shortest distance between two people. When you cultivate the ability to find joy in life's moments, both big and small, you become someone that others naturally gravitate toward. Why? Because your presence brings warmth and a refreshing lightness that is incredibly magnetic. Life inevitably presents challenges, and everyone faces their share of struggles. However, when you develop the knack for finding humor even in tough situations, you showcase a resilience that quietly demands respect. Take, for instance, the story of Jim Carrey, who grew up in difficult circumstances but used humor as a coping mechanism. His ability to find laughter in adversity has not only helped him personally but has also uplifted countless others through his performances. It isn't about being the loudest person in the room or stealing the spotlight, it's about carrying an inner sense of joy that puts those around you at ease. People are drawn to individuals who can uplift the energy in a room without forcing it, those who can find reasons to smile even when circumstances are less than perfect. Interestingly, while Stoicism is often perceived as a philosophy of seriousness, it actually encourages a mindset that embraces joy. The Stoics believed that although we cannot control external events, we can choose how we respond to them. Epictetus famously remarked, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Choosing to approach life's unpredictability with a sense of humor is a demonstration of quiet strength. It reveals that you maintain control over your emotions rather than allowing them to control you. For example, consider a person who faces a setback at work. Instead of succumbing to frustration, they might find humor in the situation, using it as a learning opportunity. This ability to laugh at oneself can transform challenges into stepping stones. Moreover, laughter fosters deep, memorable connections. Reflect on your closest friendships. How many of them have been strengthened through shared laughter? Consider the experience of gathering with friends over a light-hearted movie or sharing stories that elicit laughter. These moments create bonds that are difficult to break. Humor builds trust and creates a sense of belonging, making people feel comfortable around you because they know they don't have to be perfect to be accepted. When you can laugh at your own mistakes and the quirks of life, you become more relatable, approachable, and quietly attractive. Dale Carnegie, in his book How to Win Friends and Influence People, emphasizes that a smile can be a powerful tool in making connections, suggesting that the simplest gestures can have the most profound impacts. Cultivating this habit, however, is not about forcing humor or striving to be the funniest person in the room. Instead, it's about embracing joy in an authentic manner. It involves not taking yourself too seriously and finding moments of lightness even in the mundane aspects of life. For instance, when faced with a frustrating traffic jam, instead of letting it ruin your day, you might choose to play your favorite music and enjoy the time to yourself. Recognizing serious challenges while consciously choosing to focus on the good can shift your entire perspective. To nurture this joyful disposition, start by paying attention to the small moments that bring you happiness each day. When something makes you smile, be it a joke, a kind gesture, or a beautiful sunset, lean into that feeling. Share lighthearted comments or humorous observations with those around you. Allow yourself to laugh at your own missteps, not in a way that undermines your efforts, but in a manner that shows your humanity and willingness to embrace imperfections. Elizabeth Gilbert, author of Eat, Pray, Love, states, "Your emotions are the slaves to your thoughts, and you are the slave to your emotions." By consciously choosing to focus on joy, you can liberate yourself from negativity. Additionally, surround yourself with joy. Spend time with individuals who uplift you, who encourage you to be your best self, and who know how to find humor in the ordinary. For instance, consider joining a local comedy class or attending workshops that focus on improvisation. Joy is contagious. When you make it a habit to share laughter, you create an environment where everyone feels lighter, more positive, and more connected. Take a moment to reflect. Am I allowing joy to permeate my daily life? Life does not always have to be serious. There is strength in the ability to laugh, even amidst challenges. This ability shows that you can navigate life's ups and downs with grace and resilience, and that is a trait that others admire above all else. Charlie Chaplin once said, "A day without laughter is a day wasted." This simple truth reminds us of the vital role laughter plays in enriching our lives. Remember, silent attractiveness is not characterized by grand displays. Rather, it is embodied in the quiet, steady qualities that leave lasting impressions. When laughter and joy are shared authentically, you become a person who others are naturally drawn to. You need not force it, simply seek out the moments that spark joy and share those with those around you. As you cultivate laughter and joy as a habitual practice, you'll discover how much lighter life can feel, not just for you, but for everyone fortunate enough to be in your orbit. That subtle sense of joy is what makes you unforgettable. While people may not recall every word you say, they will always remember how you made them feel. Bring a touch of lightness, humor, and joy wherever you go, and watch as silent attraction follows effortlessly. Habit 9. Honoring yourself, the quiet power of self-care. There exists a quiet, undeniable magnetism in individuals who genuinely take care of themselves, not out of vanity, but out of respect for their own well-being. Self-care transcends mere routine. It is a declaration that communicates your value for yourself, your body, and your mind, demonstrating a commitment to maintaining both. As the author Audre Lorde stated, caring for myself is not self-indulgence, it is self-preservation, and that is an act of political warfare. This dedication to self-care enhances your attractiveness in a manner that goes far beyond physical appearance. It projects self-respect, balance, and inner strength. When you prioritize self-care, you send a powerful message to the world. I respect myself enough to prioritize my health and happiness. This quiet confidence naturally draws others in, not because you are seeking attention, but because people are instinctively attracted to those who exude vitality and equilibrium. For example, think of someone who regularly practices self-care by engaging in activities like yoga or mindfulness meditation. Their calm demeanor and positive energy can uplift those around them, creating a supportive and nurturing environment. Self-care does not equate to endless pampering. Rather, it involves consistently engaging in practices that keep you grounded, energized, and at peace. The foundation of self-care begins with physical well-being. A person who takes care of their body through regular exercise, nutritious eating, and sufficient rest sends out a strong, silent message of discipline and self-respect. You don't need to resemble a fitness model. What matters is that you demonstrate a commitment to your health. When others observe this respect for your body, they develop an unspoken admiration for you, recognizing someone who values their own well-being. For instance, consider how Michelle Obama emphasizes the importance of health and fitness. Through her Let's Move campaign, she not only advocates for healthier lifestyles but also inspires others to prioritize their health, showcasing how self-care can resonate on a broader scale. By prioritizing fitness and nutrition, she exemplifies how taking care of oneself can inspire others to follow suit. Yet, self-care is not limited to the physical realm, it also encompasses mental and emotional health. Life is filled with stressors and everyone experiences challenges. Those who practice self-care cultivate habits that enable them to manage stress effectively, whether through meditation, journaling, or simply taking time to unwind. Thich Nhat Hanh, a renowned Zen master, once said, "Sometimes your joy is the source of your smile, but sometimes your smile can be the source of your joy." This highlights the reciprocal relationship between self-care and emotional well-being. This mental clarity fosters a calm, composed presence, qualities that others can sense and are naturally drawn to. The Stoics emphasized the importance of maintaining balance and inner harmony. As Seneca famously noted, a sound mind in a sound body is a short but full description of a happy state in this world. Practicing self-care aligns seamlessly with the Stoic philosophy. When you tend to both your mind and body, you cultivate a state of equilibrium that not only enhances your well-being but also makes you more appealing to those around you. You radiate calmness, control, and quiet strength. Self-care also involves establishing healthy boundaries. It requires knowing when to say no, when to rest, and when to prioritize your needs over the relentless demands of the world. Those who respect themselves enough to set boundaries often appear more attractive, not because they are unapproachable, but because they recognize their worth. The psychologist Brené Brown emphasizes the importance of boundaries, stating, "Daring to set boundaries is about having the courage to love ourselves, even when we risk disappointing others." Boundaries safeguard your energy, and when you are deliberate about where you invest your time and attention, you naturally elicit respect from others. Take a moment to ask yourself, am I nurturing myself in a way that reflects my self-worth? If the answer leans toward no, it's time to make a change. Begin by incorporating self-care as a non-negotiable element of your daily routine. This might mean ensuring you get enough sleep, preparing nutritious meals, or dedicating a few moments each day to breathe deeply and center yourself. For example, consider starting your day with a morning routine that includes stretching, hydration, and a healthy breakfast. These small acts of self-care accumulate over time, resulting in a life that feels balanced and fulfilling. True self-care is not selfish, it is essential. When you prioritize your own well-being, you show up more fully for others. You possess greater energy, patience, and clarity to offer in your relationships, and that quiet sense of balance is inherently attractive. People notice those who appear calm, composed, and vibrant, not because they are trying to be noticed, but because they have cultivated a life that feels gratifying from the inside out. Ultimately, the art of self-care is about consistency. It involves committing to yourself every day, even amidst the chaos of daily life. This commitment means honoring your body, mind, and emotional health, understanding that by doing so, you are laying the groundwork for a more peaceful and vibrant existence. When you practice self-care regularly, you will notice something remarkable. People will be drawn to the quiet confidence and inner strength that comes from valuing yourself. Self-care does not demand attention, it quietly earns respect over time. In a world filled with distractions and fleeting commitments, being someone who is steady, dependable, and true to their word creates a lasting impact. You become a person others admire, not because you are striving to impress them, but because your actions consistently reflect who you are. In the words of Ralph Waldo Emerson, the only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. By choosing to honor yourself through self-care, you not only enhance your own life, but also inspire those around you to value themselves as well. Habit 10. The art of emotional connection and social sensitivity. There is a unique allure in individuals who possess a profound understanding of the emotions that surround them. Emotional intelligence and social awareness are vital traits that can significantly enhance your appeal without being overtly apparent. As Daniel Goleman, the psychologist who popularized the concept of emotional intelligence, aptly stated, in a very real sense, we have two minds, one that thinks and one that feels. This quality does not revolve around manipulation or controlling outcomes. Instead, it focuses on recognizing and responding to the feelings of others while engaging in social interactions with grace and empathy. At its foundation, emotional intelligence encompasses the ability to recognize, comprehend, and manage your own emotions while being attuned to the feelings of those around you. Imagine being in a tense situation where the atmosphere is fraught. An emotionally intelligent individual remains calm, assesses the dynamics, and responds with thoughtfulness. For example, think of a manager who senses that a team member is struggling with a project. Instead of reprimanding them for poor performance, the manager might offer support and encouragement, asking how they can help. This ability to navigate emotions allows them to emerge as trusted figures whom others naturally respect. People often remember the feelings you evoke rather than the specific words you use. Maya Angelou famously said, "I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." By practicing emotional intelligence, you create an environment where others feel acknowledged, heard, and valued. You engage not with the intent to dominate conversations or assert superiority, but with a sincere interest in connecting. This subtle yet powerful presence makes you unforgettable, not because you seek attention, but because your demeanor fosters a sense of worth in those around you. Social awareness complements emotional intelligence by enabling you to pick up on social cues and adapt your behavior accordingly. It involves knowing when to speak up and when to listen, when to assert yourself and when to take a step back. The Stoics emphasized the importance of self-mastery and understanding others. Epictetus famously said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Cultivating social awareness helps you engage meaningfully without overwhelming the discourse. For instance, during a group discussion, being aware of when others seem hesitant to contribute allows you to invite their opinions, fostering a more inclusive atmosphere. To build emotional intelligence, you must first develop self-awareness. Reflect on how you typically respond in emotionally charged situations. The goal is not to suppress your emotions, but to approach them with a balanced perspective. Consider a time when you felt overwhelmed. Recognizing your triggers and understanding how they affect your behavior allows you to cultivate a sense of steadiness that others find appealing. Your calmness becomes a source of comfort in tumultuous times, much like the way Mother Teresa embodied peace and compassion in her interactions with others. Once you nurture self-awareness, the next step is to practice empathy. This means genuinely understanding what others are feeling, even if they don't articulate it. Empathy isn't about providing solutions or fixing problems, it's about showing that you care. Sometimes a simple acknowledgement, a listening ear, or a thoughtful gesture can have a profound impact. For example, if a friend is going through a tough time, offering to spend time with them or simply asking how they feel can make a significant difference. These small acts of kindness create lasting connections. Being socially aware also entails being mindful of the energy you contribute to a room. Are you fostering a sense of calm, or are you inadvertently raising the tension? Upon entering a space, take a moment to observe before engaging. For instance, if you walk into a meeting where tension is palpable, your ability to recognize this and adapt your approach, perhaps by introducing a lighthearted comment, can help ease the atmosphere. By doing this, you position yourself as someone who is responsive rather than reactive, someone who enhances the atmosphere rather than disrupts it. To cultivate emotional intelligence, practice being wholly present in your interactions. Set aside distractions, maintain eye contact, and engage actively. Pay attention to the nuances of conversations and the nonverbal cues exhibited by those around you. These seemingly minor actions have a significant impact, and people are naturally drawn to those who make them feel understood and respected, qualities that emotional intelligence embodies. Brené Brown, an expert on vulnerability and connection, asserts, "Connection is why we're here. It gives purpose and meaning to our lives." By fostering emotional connections, you create a deeper sense of belonging. Consider reflecting on whether you contribute positively to the interactions you engage in, or if you unintentionally add to the negativity. When you approach social situations with this heightened level of awareness, you might notice a transformation in how people respond to you. They'll seek your company not because you're trying to be noticed, but because your presence offers a sense of grounding and comfort. This ability to create a safe space for others is a hallmark of emotional intelligence. In a world where many interactions are driven by ego and impulsiveness, emotional intelligence shines as a beacon of quiet strength. It doesn't demand attention, it resonates with those around you. By embracing emotional insight and social awareness, you navigate life with purpose and grace, creating a silent confidence that is incredibly attractive. Ultimately, developing emotional intelligence is not about achieving perfection, it's about being present, aware, and considerate in your interactions. It involves knowing when to express your thoughts and when to listen, when to lead and when to follow. This delicate balance not only enhances your relationships but also fosters an environment where others feel empowered to express themselves. By nurturing this habit, you will find that people are drawn to your character, not just your words, but the essence of who you are: steady, insightful, and emotionally attuned. You'll leave a lasting impression that resonates long after the conversation concludes. Habit 11. The power of consistency and reliability. Few qualities are as quietly attractive as the ability to be consistent and reliable. In a world where many often overpromise and underdeliver, being someone who can be depended upon, who follows through on commitments and shows up when it matters, distinguishes you in a remarkable way. As Stephen Covey aptly stated, the key is not to prioritize what's on your schedule, but to schedule your priorities. This mindset transforms reliability from a passive trait into an active commitment to your values and relationships. It's not about seeking the spotlight or making a show of your reliability. Rather, it's about building trust through steady actions, day in and day out, without needing to draw attention to yourself. Consistency fosters a sense of stability in your relationships. When people know they can count on you, whether for advice, support, or simply keeping your word, it cultivates profound respect. This concept is beautifully illustrated by the example of Mother Teresa, who was known for her unwavering dedication to serving others. Her consistent actions in the face of adversity established her as a trustworthy figure, inspiring countless individuals to follow her lead. You don't need to announce your dependability, it is demonstrated through your actions over time. This reliability helps to establish a solid reputation. People will come to associate you with strength, particularly in moments of uncertainty. For example, think about a friend who consistently shows up for you during tough times. Their reliability reinforces your trust in them, creating a deeper bond. Brené Brown, a researcher on vulnerability and connection, emphasizes that trust is built in small moments over time, stating, "Trust is earned in the smallest of moments." Being reliable doesn't demand perfection, it requires a commitment to show up even when it's inconvenient. It's about embodying the kind of person who, when they promise to do something, follows through without fail. Consider how rare this trait is in today's society. So many individuals cancel plans at the last minute, make promises they don't intend to keep, or only show up when it suits them. By consistently fulfilling your commitments, you stand out not because you're loud, but because you are steadfast. This steadfastness creates a foundation upon which others can rely, enhancing your attractiveness as a dependable person. Stoicism emphasizes discipline and living in alignment with one's principles. Marcus Aurelius wisely advised, "Wait no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." This principle of consistency embodies that idea. You need not endlessly discuss your values. Instead, live them and people will take notice. The quiet strength of being dependable cultivates a unique kind of magnetism. People trust you, respect you, and are naturally drawn to your presence because they recognize your grounded nature. Moreover, consistency reflects self-respect. When you are reliable, you are not merely keeping commitments to others, you are honoring the promises you make to yourself as well. For instance, if you commit to a fitness routine or a personal project, following through reinforces your self-worth and builds confidence. Jim Rohn, a motivational speaker, said, "Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment." Whether it involves pursuing personal goals, maintaining healthy habits, or adhering to your values, being consistent in your actions builds confidence, and that quiet self-assuredness is undeniably attractive. It's not something you force, rather it is earned through your actions. To cultivate this habit, begin by honoring the small commitments you make. When you say you will do something, follow through regardless of how minor it may seem. For example, if you promise a colleague you will assist them with a task, ensure you deliver on that promise. Over time, these small actions accumulate into something more significant. You establish a track record not through grand gestures, but by consistently being present in both the big moments and the small ones. Reliability also includes emotional consistency. It means being calm and predictable in your interactions, which fosters a sense of security for those around you. People are instinctively drawn to those who bring a steady energy into a room, those who are not easily rattled by the chaos of life. When you cultivate emotional steadiness, others feel secure in your presence. For instance, during a crisis, being the one who remains calm and composed can provide a source of comfort and reassurance to those around you. They trust that you won't overreact or disappear when challenges arise, reinforcing your reliability. Take a moment to ask yourself, am I someone that others can rely on? If your answer is not always affirmative, that's okay. Start small. You don't need to become perfectly dependable overnight. Begin by ensuring consistency in your daily routines and honoring your commitments to yourself first. This may involve setting realistic goals, such as dedicating a specific time each day for self-care or personal development. From there, extend that reliability into your relationships. Stand by your word, keep your promises, and be present when it truly counts. Reliability doesn't demand the spotlight, it quietly earns respect over time, and that's what makes it so powerful. In a world filled with distractions and fleeting promises, being someone who is steady and true creates a lasting impact. You become someone that others admire, not because you are trying to impress them, but because your actions consistently reflect who you are. Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "What you do speaks so loudly that I cannot hear what you say." This underscores the importance of integrity and action in building your reputation. Ultimately, silent attractiveness is not about loud declarations or grand displays. It is about cultivating habits like consistency and reliability that build trust, respect, and admiration over time. Be the person who shows up, who follows through, and who lives by their principles without seeking applause. This quiet strength will not only enhance your attractiveness, but will also ensure you leave a positive impact on everyone you encounter. Throughout this exploration of the 11 socially attractive habits, we've uncovered the essence of what it means to be silently magnetic. Each habit is rooted in the principles of calm confidence, quiet strength, and meaningful connection. By embracing your authentic independence, you communicate self-respect and the ability to thrive without external validation. As Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. When you cultivate independence, you empower yourself to shape your own narrative, free from the influence of others' opinions. Mastering silent elegance allows you to present yourself with grace and poise, captivating others without the need for grand gestures. Think of figures like the late Steve Jobs, whose understated style and calm demeanor commanded attention and respect. He once said, "Design is not just what it looks like and feels like. Design is how it works." This principle can apply to your personal presentation. It's not just about how you look, but how you carry yourself and interact with others that truly matters. The subtle art of sophistication, expressed through thoughtful details such as your attire or personal grooming, enhances your presence in a way that leaves a lasting impression. Consider how a well-chosen scent can evoke memories and emotions, creating a connection that lingers long after the encounter. This is about being deliberate in how you present yourself to the world. Cultivating cultural wisdom enriches your interactions and allows you to engage deeply with diverse perspectives. This can be as simple as listening to a friend share their cultural background or exploring new cuisines. As Epictetus advised, it is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Your openness to learning about different cultures fosters connections that are both meaningful and enriching. The heartbeat of compassion serves as a reminder of the power of kindness. A simple act of empathy, a warm smile, a genuine compliment can transform someone's day. Remember the story of a stranger who offered you encouragement during a tough time? That compassion not only lifted your spirits but also left a lasting impact on your perception of humanity. It echoes the sentiment of Mother Teresa, "Spread love everywhere you go. Let no one ever come to you without leaving happier." Finding joy in laughter and sharing it with those around you lightens the atmosphere, making you a beacon of positivity in a sometimes heavy world. Think of how laughter can diffuse tension during difficult conversations, reminding us of our shared humanity. As Victor Borge famously said, laughter is the shortest distance between two people. It fosters connections and builds trust, making you more relatable and approachable. Prioritizing self-care reflects your commitment to your own well-being, projecting balance and inner strength that draws others to you. This can involve simple practices like taking a walk in nature to recharge, dedicating time to read, or engaging in mindfulness exercises. As the saying goes, you can't pour from an empty cup. When you take care of yourself, you are better equipped to support and uplift those around you. Emotional intelligence and social awareness enable you to navigate relationships with grace, nurturing connections built on understanding and respect. This involves tuning into the feelings of those around you and responding appropriately, whether it's offering a listening ear or recognizing when someone needs space. As Daniel Goleman, the author of Emotional Intelligence, noted, "In a very real sense, we have two minds, one that thinks and one that feels." Balancing both enables you to connect more deeply with others. Finally, being consistent and reliable establishes you as someone others can trust. This is not merely about keeping promises, it's about being the kind of person who shows up for friends and family even when it's inconvenient. The quiet strength of your dependability cultivates a magnetic presence that invites respect. The beauty of these habits lies in their accessibility. They do not require you to change who you are fundamentally. Instead, they invite you to align more closely with the best version of yourself. Silent attraction is not about demanding attention, it is about cultivating a presence that inspires respect and admiration naturally. As you reflect on these habits, consider which ones resonate with you most. Which can you begin to practice today? Remember, it's not about making drastic changes overnight. It's about taking small, intentional steps that gradually reshape your presence. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you found this episode inspiring, please take a moment to follow, subscribe, and share it with others who might benefit from these insights. Engage with us in the comments below. What habits do you already practice, and which ones are you excited to incorporate into your life? Embrace these habits, stay true to yourself, and let your quiet confidence speak volumes. Until next time, remember to remain grounded, intentional, and committed to becoming the best version of yourself.